शं नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शं नो भवत्यर्यमा शं नो इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शं नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्भक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु भक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Om, may the guardian of the day be propitious to us. May the guardians of night protect us. May the guardian of vision guide our steps. May those powers which conserve strength and sharpen the intellect benefit us. May the all-pervading Lord protect us. Salutations to Brahman, the controller of action. You are truly the visible Brahman. You alone I address as the visible Brahman. I will speak the right things, the truth I will speak. May Brahman protect the teacher and may he protect the student, me as well. Oh, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So today, our topic is, as you have heard already, that our topic is freedom. It's a big thing to be free. But it seems that we are not free. Rather, we are all under bondage and slavery. We are slaves of our conditions, slaves of our environment, slave of our own mental emotions, slave of the people around us. Anything can make me drive nuts into nuts. I am not free. I want to be free, but things are happening in such a way that I am subject to the conditions of the outside world and the internal world. In the world, we can think that it is called, we are like the puppets. Puppets dance and sing or nod their head and hand, everything, not by their own will. It is by somebody. If it is God, that's okay, good. But really it is God, we don't know them. But the other side, not knowing God as the controller of everything, we are really leading a miserable life of pain and agonies and frustrations and this sense of belittlement. Everything is controlling us. Little bit of smile makes us happy. Someone looks at us with frowning face, but my joy is evaporated. Any beautiful sunny day, it creates my mood. If it is clouded, it calms. If you are surrounded by some friendly people, then you are happy. If somebody whom you don't like just appears before you, it takes away all the joys of your heart. Not you, we are all victims of this. And we, without knowing that there is a source of infinite joy and bliss within us, we have become beggars. And we are begging outside, everywhere, like a person who has nothing, a pauper in the world. Rabindranath Tagore used a beautiful song, which I refer many times, that he is praying to the Lord, that, oh Lord, let this begging business of mine, let it go. I am all the time begging for little love, little affection, little smile, little appreciation, little adoration, little thanks. And in return I don't get it. The misery belongs to me. Tagore says, "O Lord, let all my love, all my aspirations, let all my hopes run towards you. And you kindly fill up the void of my heart. And I am searching all through my life for a little bit of this peace and joy, door to door. And I have become a born slave. Bahireri bhikha varajuli. This begging bowl, which I am carrying outside. Ebare jano nisheshe hoy khali. Let it be emptied. Let me stand on my dignity. That I will not beg anymore. But let my love, all aspiration flow towards you and you alone. And you infill all the gaps of my heart, and which will be saturated with divinity. So in this world, we are all searching for what? We are all searching for freedom. Everyone from the subatomic particle to the cosmic satellite suns and moons and stars and galaxies, everyone wants to just be free. But it has been caught into the trap of this bondage. And what is this? What makes us bind? Very simple formula. What makes us bind? Oh no, so long you say I want it. If you say I don't care, are you not free the moment? Very simple formula. Freedom and bondage is created by us. We give value to the object, and that value of which I project turns back to me and makes me under full control. So therefore, the whole nature, which is struggling for freedom from all bondage, obstacles, impediments, and limitations, the whole universe, with its millions and billions and trillions of stars, planets, all want to be free. Free from the ties which bind them under some law. Gravitational pull. The electrons, the protons, the movement of the stars. Everywhere there is a tendency to just get out. But some unseen force is trapping them. Similarly, we human beings, we are like bound by our own weak point, one weak point, and that weak point is our expectation. That's why the Vedic seers of truth have said that it is chittaishana, vittaishana, Vastaishana, Romaishana, Tvachaishana, Sarvaishana. All this Ishana is binding. Ishana means craving, desire. What are the cravings? The Vedic wisdom tells us this in different levels, or all bondage in different levels. Chittaishana. My mind likes this. I like this. You like this? And try. And you fall in trouble. You like it. Let us be, it's not that we should not like, but we should also have the power to be peaceful inside. If I like and I don't get, say thanks. Good. I'm happy. If it does not happen, say, yes, okay, I'm happy. Is not the freedom? See the bondage when I say I want it. And you are courageous enough, you are free enough to say, okay, I expected this, it didn't happen, I'm happy. Why shall I disturb my peace? But we cannot. Chitta ishana. Our chitta means our mind, emotions, our intellect, our memories, which bring all these things together, and we move towards some expectation. And that expectation is eshana. Eshana is the Sanskrit word, eshana, desire, craving, holding on. And that happens in different levels. Mental level, intellectual level, emotional level. In a memory level, you have some past memory of some good or bad. You expect something of that. Once you had it, now you have it now. Or you bad experience you have to avoid, and that's to think of that now. So these are the points where we are all getting the starting of the problem. But we can be free. That's why the Upanishad teaches the chitta eshana, vitta eshana, money, wealth, prosperity. Yes, we should have money. But when it makes me slave, that is not good. I should have money, and I'll struggle to get it, well established in life, be in our enjoyment, but you tried your best, then why are you giving your freedom? Vitta eshana. And there is no endless. You become millionaire, you like to be billionaire, and then what? Trillionaire? Okay, anyhow. There is no end of expectation. And once you get it, you get more and more and more. That's good, so long it gives you freedom. But at the cost of peace, at the cost of our sleep, at the cost of our health, we run for money, 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 money. And that is for what type of freedom, what type of slavery? Vitta ishana, tvacha ishana, tvak, the skin, to keep the skin very nice and looking. How many creams and how many all these cosmetic things are available in the world. That's good. But get it, how much you want to get. For maintenance of the body, something is good. But people are crazy sometimes on that. The ancient people used to know there were not cosmetics of different types. But they know this problem. We want to beautify ourselves with the skin and taking care of it. Yes, take care. But it should not make you a slave of that. Always keep your freedom in your hands. Vitta ishana, chitta ishana, loma ishana, tacha ishana, loma ishana, the hair. Always engaging in keeping the hair nice and beautiful. We are talking about monastics, no? So that's why they shave their head. You go to the Buddhist monks, you see they shave their head. No business of taking care of the hair. But you have to take care. But it should not go to that degree where you become a slave of that taking care. Then your whole energy is gone there. You have no other time. So it says these are the eshanas. Money, wealth, family, friends, these, that. Wherever we are attached. And that is the bondage. Therefore what the advice? Advice of the Vedas or Upanishads? Sarvaishana sangnastuham. I give up. I renounce. I detach. Renounce means detach. I detach from all types of these things. And who am I? Sarvaishana sangnastuham jyotiraham. Who am I? I am of the nature of effulgence, light, absolute joy. Jyotiraham viraja. There is no blemish in my character. In this body, we have our defects. In our mind, we may have some defect. In our understanding and intellect, and your craving for objects, these are the defects because it makes me slave. Not by the purpose of its existence. Everything should be there in the world, and I should be there. But I should not be a slave of anything, I should be the master of myself. Can you do that? That is called spiritual life. Going to temple and putting our head down or sprinkling Ganges water is good. If it takes us to that freedom, if it takes us to that bondage and slavery, that is not spirituality. And that is the call of Vedanta. That's why you say, I am that effulgent self. What do I need? I am self-sufficient. Swayam. I am infinite. I don't need the external petty things. For survival I need, but I am not a slave of that. So this is the question that one should be thinking, that I am the master. Master of my emotions. Master of my petty asking. Master of not surrendering our inner peace and tranquility to any fool and any idiot. That we do all the time. So that's why in one sense we are in bound. And this idea of freedom is in all of us. There is no one in the world. See, when a country is under subjugation of another powerful country, people, they want freedom. That's why freedom fighting movement comes. Social reform. It's a slavery abolition. What is that? It's a freedom. Fighting for freedom. Freedom from discrimination. Freedom from social injustice. Everywhere this song of the soul is freedom, 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 freedom. And ultimate freedom is the freedom from all bondage, which will take us to our divine, ecstatic self, where I am free and no one can touch me. Avang manasa gocharam, beyond my mind. So the mind cannot play any role there. And beyond vacha, anyone saying good, bad, will not affect me. You read in the Bhagavad Gita what is the sign of a spiritual personality, whose wisdom is established in truth. In the second chapter it is said, Sthita pragyasya ka vasha. What is the language of a person of wisdom? Sthitadi king prabhaseta, how he speaks. Kimashita, how he sits. Brajeta kim, how he roams around. What is that? We are also human, they are also human. What is the distinction between us and them? They live in equanimity. They live in their own dignity. No one can disturb that dignity. That is shitosna shukhadukkheshu. We are so touched by, it is too hot. Little temperature outside. And you use your air condition, that's all. But it makes us upset. This is a clouded sky. And a clouded sky will disturb me. And it is disturbing every day. We should be subject to that clouded condition. The cloud will control me, or I will control the cloud. So there is the point. If we see everything is trying to control us, and we very happily become controlled by everything, excepting my own freedom. I forgot that I have a freedom. I have a choice. I can choose this, I can choose that. But most of the time, because we are ignorant, we choose to be a slave, not to be free. It starts with almost every loving relationship. What is loving relationship? Loving relationship should be freedom. Everyone should be free. Husband and wife both should be free. Not license, of course. Don't make it a mistake that Vedanta teaching all this garbage. It tells, yes, you should have your own dignity and freedom. In you is divine, in me is divine. No one is a bound slave of another. But how much it happens in life? Not people understanding what we want. We want freedom and joy and peace. Not this bondage and other things. So in every situation, we are become a victim of this condition. That's why in the scripture it says, Bhartrihari has said, Bhogana bhukta, vayameva bhukta. We came to enjoy the world, And enjoyment is taking toll upon us. We have become a victim of enjoyment. Look at every situation. Suppose taking anything which starts with a good start, with freedom as it were, and that same freedom becomes a cause of bondage afterwards. Say people are, drinking. Drinking is good towards the beginning, little drinking, and that's good also. Health, doctors say heart for heart is good. We start with that idea. And then gradually, we get into it habit of taking this little more. And sometimes we do not know when we have become a victim of it. And then I don't like it. I don't actually need it, but I cannot stop myself. So what? So you see, we want to enjoy the drinking, but drinking has enjoyed me afterwards. Smoking. Suppose I like to smoke. Okay, it's good. But once and second, and if we are not aware, then one day we find that always my hand is moving towards the cigarette packet. And I have seen that people are struggling hard to get out of that smoking. And they don't keep things here, but still it is goading that person to be a slave of that smoking. Why you should be slave of it? Why can we not keep our freedom? So anything which we do unconsciously leads us into that type of bondage. But we should be aware of that, and we should see that we must seek freedom. Otherwise there is no joy in it. Say plant is going towards the light, trying to overcome the obstacles. You stop in one direction, it moves in another direction towards the light. No? The creepers, the plants. A crawling ant, an insect, changes its courses if it is obstructed. Every sentient entity wants to overcome death, disease, and to live in freedom. In human beings, we can palpably find the expression of struggle from freedom in every aspect of life. In freedom in the physical plane, in the emotional plane, intellectual and ego plane, and finally, death, suffering. We have to overcome that. And that is the spiritual freedom. Even in spiritual freedom. In spiritual life, there is also bondage. If you move, you get little vision and experience, you get stuck there. Oh, I had a vision. That day I was meditating, I saw a light. What is that light? That you saw, and that is gone. Then you have to move on. Don't get stuck there. Again, it's a bondage. That's why there are many difficulties in spiritual life. It is practiced. In our Raja Yoga it is said, either you meditate, then you go to sleep. That's a question, everyone feels that. Because you are tired, you go to sleep. And then your mind is rattling here and there. That's the second obstacle. Third obstacle, you move, you are meditating and you are getting joy. And you get stuck in some point, thinking you have reached there. Get above that state, where you will lose yourself into the infinite joy of your own divine self. So there is a danger. So call of freedom is pulling us, but there are obstacles in every level. That's why you find in the life of Christ, what happened? He had what is called the temptations, no? In the New Testament, Christ clearly says about the temptation in the book of Luke. He said, Jesus was led by the Holy Spirit in the wilderness for 40 days. And he ate nothing during those days. And when they were ended, he was hungry. The devil said to him, if you are the Son of God, command the stone to become a bread. The devil said to him, if you are the Son of God, command the stone to become a bread. And Jesus answered, what? It is written, man shall not live by bread alone. This is called the control.
You want me to be worldly? You want to live with food and drink and this life? No, that is not the goal of life. Then what he did? And the devil took him up and showed him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time, and said to him, to you I will give all this authority and their glory, for it has been delivered to me, and I give it to whom I will. If you then will worship me, it will be all of yours. And Jesus answered, it is written that you shall worship the Lord your God, and him only shall you serve. So the temptations coming, meaning our attachment, not this worldly joy. You go to the heaven, another worldly joy. How profound is that joy? But not to get stuck into the joy is the goal. I want eternal freedom. That's why it is said that, answered that you shall worship the Lord. You have to go to your heart, the divine within you, with your whole heart and soul, and him to serve. That means take your mind towards the divine which is within, which is infinite. Not to the things which are changing, and even maybe earthly joy or even the heavenly joy. That is limited. And seeking for that is a slavery. Get out of the slavery idea. So Christ conquered that. That's why he attained to freedom. That freedom which death cannot touch. When he was crucified, that was the crowning success of Christ, to show that you can conquer death. You're not tempted by the petty things of life. He could have easily avoided death. But that even experience is that you have to go above the heavenly joys. That should not be our goal to reach, because that is also a slavery. And the devil took him to Jerusalem and set him on the pinnacle of the temple and said to him, if you are the Son of God, throw yourself down from here, for it is written, he will command his angels concerning you to guard you, and on their hands they will bear you up, lest you strike your foot against stone. That means again, to try to test that freedom. Freedom in God. God can do anything and everything. So he says, Jesus answered, it is said, you shall not put the Lord your God to the test. That means so much conviction that you need not have to put your doubt about the power of God. And in Vedanta, it is a dualistic language, but it is in the absolute language that freedom is here. Don't try to place your energy into this removing these doubts of ordinary God's strength, my strength, your strength, all these things. So this indicates that there should be a state. You have to go in spiritual life also, stage by stage by stage by stage. Don't hang on to any place. You may have a good meditation, don't think that you have achieved anything. Go, move on. And that's why he's saying two obstacles. One obstacle of meditation, Raja Yoga says, it is you fall asleep, everyone, while meditating. If you are tired, what happens? You go to sleep, no? And the next is, your mind is disturbed, running here and there and there. If then it is stopped, then also you find little rasaswada, ras, you feel some joy, experiencing some joy. Don't get stuck there. That's also bondage. Go beyond that, and that is samadhi, where it is a perfect union with the divine, perfect union with God. Till you reach that goal, this should be the journey. Never stop at any point. And this world has been created in such a way to put us into that type of temptations. So, in the level of physical level, mental level, as I have said, so there are many levels of our bondage, and a hungry person is trying to get rid of the hunger, to be free from hunger. That's the freedom. Homeless person trying to have a home. That is the rising above that need of slavery, of homelessness. So diseased person wants to be cured by any means. So they go for insurance. What do? Health insurance, this, that, we try to take care of that, to protect. That's also charge, expectation for freedom. Freedom from my whatever health condition, I can conquer that. So all are struggling to be free. So how to move on? Swami Vivekananda has a beautiful idea. He says that if you think that you are low, I am low, repeat it again and again. Repeating these ideas in the mind, man belittles and degenerates himself. Therefore, the scripture says that he who thinks himself free, free he becomes. He who thinks of himself bound, bound he remains. This popular saying, as one thinks, so one becomes, is true. He alone who is awake into the idea of freedom becomes free. He who thinks he is bound endeavors, endures life after life, the state of bondage. So bondage, first to understand that we are in bondage. Who can be free unless you suffer the pain of being in bondage? So, but we are really so much mesmerized in our life that we are in bondage, but we never think that we are bound. We take it for granted. This is life. This is the way we are, and that is life. But no, I should not be controlled by anything in the universe. I shall be only established in my own inner self, which is called Atman or Brahman. So, to be free, Swami Vivekananda continues, one must be above the law of nature. Law exists so long we are in ignorance. Law, gravitational pull, is a law. Law exists so long we are ignorant. But now we know no gravitational pull is there, so people are creating devices to launch the rocket against gravitational pull. So you are fighting. When will you fight against it? First you have to know you are in bondage. Then you apply the dosage, how to get out of this bondage. Like if I know you go to doctor, so first what they do? They all the diagnostic tests. And then decide where is the problem, locating the problem, and then they give the dosage. So similarly, first condition of us is this: we have to understand, really are we in bondage? Are we really in big problem? Many people say, I have no problem. I have a good house, I have a good family, and my children are good, my education is good. I don't need anything. Okay, for you that is good. Stay there. But if you sometimes feel, still I feel some types of need, some types of things to satisfy me, some incompleteness in me, then you find the means how to reach that freedom. So freedom is a necessary condition for each individual. Whether we know it or not, we are struggling for that freedom, as even the inanimate world is struggling to get out of the problem. So inanimate people, and humans are the greatest among them, we are also struggling to reach that freedom. But we have to work on that, and the law exists for us so long we are in ignorance. When knowledge comes, then we find that law is nothing, but freedom is in our own self. The will can never be free because it is the slave of cause and effect. But I behind the will is free, and this is called the self. I will, is it not? Who is that I? It is not this body-mind complex. That which is behind. To know that I, that is freedom. When we are off from our own self and depend on anything in this level of Vedantic concept of 5 sheets of our covering, we call Panchakosha. we are in bondage. In the body level, we are bound, of course bound. This limited body is changing every day. It will die one day. This body. So in that we are all controlled by the so much of environmental things or people association, good association, bad association. Everything is impacting our body, mind. But when we stand in our internal glory, then we are free there. Swami Vivekananda says, why we are bound? Because as soon as we react, we become slaves. A man becomes me, blames me, and I immediately react in the form of anger. A little vibration which she created made me a slave. So we have to demonstrate our freedom. It's a very concrete example, is it not? Huh? What did he say? Yeah. That as soon as we react, there is our freedom. When we can ignore, then you are in freedom. And he gives a person blames me, and I immediately react in the form of anger. Anger comes. Why? Because I give value to that statement of the person. No? If you know that I am what I am, you will not be reacting to that. Many crazy people will be talking to themselves and say something, and you are passing by. Will you take their words to be true and react? You know, he is something. He is not in a proper mood. So I ignore that. But if someone says something to us, immediately our reaction comes, our anger comes. So a little vibration which that person has created made me a slave. So we have to demonstrate our freedom. So I should not react. Things will be there. Every form of worship, every action of mankind is a method of attaining it. Swamiji says that anything which we do in our life, ignorantly or knowing fully, in the religious way or in the social way, it is all we are struggling for that freedom. The person who wants money is striving for freedom to get rid of the bondage of poverty. Every action of man, because of his worship, because the idea is to attain that freedom. And all action, directly or indirectly, tend to that freedom. The whole universe is worshipping consciously or unconsciously. Only it does not know that even while it is cursing, because those who are cursing are also struggling for freedom. So it is all, whether do good action, you want to be free by that. People are doing bad action. Their inspiration is to be free. They are searching for the freedom. But if we analyze the truth, then we will have a direction. What is ultimately good for the world, good for the society, and good for my spiritual growth, and leads us towards that openness and freedom, that is called good, and that is freedom. People misuse the same freedom in a license, in a manner of licensing. So this is the question of freedom, and we'll have to search that freedom in our everyday life. Why it is happening? The Bhagavad Gita says that, there are the sense objects in the universe, and there are the senses. Senses and the sense objects, when they touch each other, and then we feel the sensation, and we feel joy or we feel suffering. If my eyes fall upon a beautiful object, and that brings a beautiful experience, and I am, what a beautiful scene, what a beautiful nature, what a rising sun, what a beautiful ocean, blue sky. See, it is all sense objects, and the senses, they are touching each other, giving us the experience of good or bad. But we are always going through this experience from morning till night we go to sleep. All these experiences are happening every day. That is not bad. That will happen because objects will be there, our senses will be there. Our ears will be there, nice words will hit it, bad words also will hit it. But when I react, that is our problem. Why I react? Because when these two objects touch each other, then comes the reaction. Our mind gets connected and we feel whether it is pleasing or non-pleasing. When it is non-pleasing, we react as anger. When it is pleasing, we express our joy. But joy and suffering, so-called, both is our bondage. Because you cannot take one side of the coin. You say, I will only take the joy and not the suffering. No, it cannot do. You will have to take both sides. You take day, you have to take night. You take pleasure, you have to take pain. You take birth, you have to take death. You are youth, you will be old. You are good health, bad health. You cannot just get away only one side and not on the other side. That is the way the world is created. So if you want to get to freedom, then you have to get both. Out of both. Let that be there, but you are above. This is a very important point. We think that one day the whole world will be all beautiful. Everyone will be kind to each other. Everyone will love each other. Everyone will be honorable and respecting each other. Hey, this is only your imagination. The world is never created in that way. It is all created in this way, mixture. See these paintings, no? Sometimes you will find the painting are even one color with the same monolithic color. To make a creation, you have to make a different shades of that same color. What is the question of different colors? This creation means diversity. And diversity is coming from oneness. And that diversity, you have to accept the diversity. You cannot accept only good and the bad will not be there. Or you cannot accept only bad, there will be nothing. So there is no action, there is nothing in the world which is absolute good or absolute bad. So therefore you want freedom. Freedom means getting out of good, so getting out of bad. Swami Vivekananda says in one place that if you want to get out of all this bondage, then get out of death, get out of life also. Because it is opposite. Death and life. If you accept death, accept life, accept death. You accept death, accept life. So you have to get out of both. That means where? Where is that place? Where shall I give up all this attachment to life and death? Your own self, which never dies, which never borns, which has never been non-existing. So it is that which is you are carrying with you all the time. That consciousness, that awareness, that divinity which is inside. So hold on to that and then you can rise above the external. Does it make sense? Problem is here, we are slaves. Yes, sense objects are there and they irritate me sometimes. They give me joy also sometimes. The same sun, just imagine that you are in the beach, the Pacific Ocean beach, you are sitting and the beautiful sun is rising. Before that the beautiful colors, darkness removing and little color is coming and then sun suddenly springs from the ocean water, no? It's beautiful, you enjoy. Why don't you enjoy the same sun when it is scorching? You put all cream and things to protect your body. Why do you do? The sun is the same sun. See, under certain condition, you enjoy it. Under certain condition, the same sun becomes a cause of your suffering or pain. You want to get out of it? Don't go to the sun. But where shall you go? If we give up all these things, no, you are not giving up anything. You are going back to your own self, which is everywhere. That is also in the sun, that is also in the moon. So we are not losing anything. Coming to freedom, we don't lose anything. What freedom we are talking about? That eternal freedom from all this bondage which is crippling us down and making us feel so bad. We are bad people. I have done this wrong, I have done this. Who did? Not you, the Atman. Your body has done, your mind has done. So, mind does good thing, mind does bad thing. You have not trained it, so let it do. But why you are getting on this, touching that and holding on to that? It's sangsparsha jadu dosha. That's why Bhagavad Gita says that whatever bhoga means enjoyment we get, bhoga means experience of good and bad, both. Bhoga. Sangsparsha bhoga. That bhoga, but enjoyment or experience that comes out of sangasparsa, means touch. What touch? The object, sense object and the sense organ. Ice cream and your tongue. If they are touched together, then we enjoy. A bitter melon and your tongue. You enjoy. No, you don't enjoy. It is all bitter. So it should touch. And that touch gives you the experience, bhoga. So all the bhogas, all the enjoyments, wherever the senses and the sense organs touch, there is a music going on and your ear. They should touch each other and your mind should be connected. Then you can enjoy the music. Or someone is saying very bad things about you. The sound wave is touching and the ear should be there and your mind should connect. So all these bhogas, all these good and bad experiences happening, when your senses and the sense organs are touching each other. And they are, Bhagavad Gita says, bhoga dukkha yonayo evate. They are all, since enjoyments that are created born, are the root cause of misery alone. Because it is the touch. And in the beginning and an end. Therefore a wise person does not seek pleasure in them. They live in that life, but don't get stuck there. This very important point is how we get attached to it. You enjoy the world, the whole world is for us to enjoy. But when we want to hold on to something, there comes our problem. Attaching to something. I want it second time, third time, fourth time, and then I become a victim of that. As I have given the example at the beginning. So we become a bound slave of that particular habit or particular situation. So, but we have the power to be free. But who can be free? Freedom is what? Gita says, Yanta sukha antararama tathantar jyoti devacha sajogi brahma nirvanam brahma bhuta atigacchati. That person who finds this secret, searching joy everywhere, and our empty bucket, empty begging bowl never gets satisfied. And people give with reluctance. Who will give a beggar? So many beggars when they stand in the freeway or in the homeless people. How much we give? $1? Give you $5 maximum. Some may give $10. That's a generous person. But that does not solve the problem of that person. We are beggars like that, standing on the side of our life's journey and with a begging bowl. Give me 10 cents, give me 20 cents. And people don't give. They have their beggars cannot give. They themselves are beggars. Beggars cannot give to another beggar. You should be rich enough to give it to another person. So this is the point. We are all void here. How can I give you something? So you should saturate your heart with the touch of that eternal happiness which is within. Your antas sukha. There is a sukha. Sukha means happiness. Endless happiness is here within. In your own heart. Not to search here and there. It is there also. But fully it is here. Who can contemplate on that? Antas sukha. Antara arama. Who finds relaxation. We find relaxation in going to a movie or going to a party, or going to something else which external thing. Yes, it gives us little bit of touch of that. For how long? That many moment, few moments. But when you come out of that, then you are in the same void again. So it says, but you find that there is antara, there is relaxing space in our own heart. You can relax there. We relax outside. We say, oh, I am tired, I am relaxing. Relaxing in the bed. But there is a better bed in the heart. Then relax there. Those who have found the secret to relax in the inner chamber of the heart, antararama, antarjyoti, there is external beauty, light, shining light everywhere. But there is a greater shining light in the anta, in your inner chamber of the heart. And that is the person. He is free because he has found Brahma Nirvanam, that state of nirvana which Buddha said, attain. And that's called the Brahman, that absolute self. And you are that. Try to find peace inside. Try to find the light inside. Try to find the joy inside. And it is there only to explore. And on the other hand, not focusing here, we are all running from morning onward with a begging bowl for everyone. Give me little love, a little smile at least. I did so much for you. Give me at least little thanks. And they don't give. So why? We suffer. We do our duty, we go with the begging bowl and fall at their feet, but they don't respond. But here is full. Who goes there? You need not have to go, it is yours. So that's why it said, Sayogi. And so Brahma Nirvanam, he attains to the nirvana, the state of freedom. Brahma Bhuto Adhigacchati. They become absolutely merged in the Brahman. So, freedom, freedom, freedom. Freedom is the song of the soul, and freedom is our birthright, but we will have to find out first that we are in bondage, and we can overcome this. If we understand we are in bondage. Unless one knows that he has a disease. Some person, he was heart attack, but he is not accepting. Doctors are, the 911 came and they found that there is a mild heart attack. He said, no, it is not like that. Okay, he is denying. Okay, and second time he went to the hospital and the doctors did some experiment. They said, yes, it proves that there is a mild heart attack. He said, no, it is not that. Then he didn't take any one word and came out. And then after some days he went, and suddenly I came to know that that person having some stent put in this, some valve where the clot was there. I said, how come it happens? Oh, I put a stent. And you put the stent. Doctors put the stent. But I am in denial. If you go on denying the problems of life, if you deny that I am in bondage, there is no solution. First to understand what bondage. No one is putting shackle like that with iron chain. But we are bound in our mind, in our emotions, in our understanding and misunderstanding. Therefore, if we understand I am in bondage, to find a solution, the Gita suggestion and the scripture suggestion, try to go inward. Anta sukha, there is a happiness in your own chamber of the heart. Find that happiness there. You want to rest and relax, go into your inner chamber of the heart and relax. And anta, there is a light, effulgent light, light of consciousness and bliss that is inside. Go there. And when you do that, with your eyes open, you will see the same light, same consciousness, same place of rest, same joy outside also. That is called freedom. Transcendence from the bondage to freedom is the goal of our life. Thank you.